Hello, welcome back to BlenderSushi live noding. In this video, we're gonna explore Sverchok, and this time I'm gonna show you just like a quick little exercise. It's a fun one. Basically, you can do like a series of operations inside Sverchok, kind of similar to what you might do when you are doing it manually using Blender on modeling. Let's say you're doodling something like this using grease pencil, and then you want to make a jigsaw puzzle. So this is kind of like a freeform jigsaw puzzle, and you want to just break this part into something you can print out. This is apparently really easy to do using Sverchok. Um, it's basically you want to have like a kind of like a cropping frame like that, like your frame, and then you can just randomly doodling using grease pencil, and you just cut these pieces into separate faces. That's a fairly simple process, but if you want to do it manually, well, it might take like there's a lot of steps you need to do in order to do that. So I'm gonna show it to you how we can do that using Sverchok. Okay, let's save this and save this as Sverchok organic jigsaw. Alright, let's hide the lamp and the camera. Let's switch to the top view. I'm gonna use a plane just for like a template. It's really up to you. You can make the plane later, but this is kind of like it's gonna be our frame kind of. And like I said, we're gonna use grease pencil and we're gonna do some doodling. With grease pencil, whenever you draw something and convert the grease pencil into mesh or curve, it tends to be really heavy. So you might wanna turn on the simplify stroke. And there's actually an add-on as well, just in case you don't know. Simplify curve, I always have that on. So we have this canvas and frame, so we're just gonna do a little bit of organic doodle. I'm gonna do it in one go, so this is pretty much random and organic. So it's a free form. I always like kind of design that allows you to be a little bit more creative, just add a little bit of human touch to it. Of course, this can also be, procedural, but it's add a little bit of human touch. You can make maybe you have a photograph and then you kind of trace the photograph a little bit. So in a way, we kind of only tessellating this guy. And I want to show you how you can do it using Sverchok. So we have grease pencil. We can convert grease pencil into Bezier curve, and then let's hide the grease pencil. We can so we have our curve here. Let's check the curve. Okay, it's rather heavy. I'm gonna simplify it. Simplify the curve. Error in blend just increases slightly. So now we have much less dense curve. And this is I think that's the heavy curve. Seems to be get scaled somehow. I'll delete the dense curve, so we have the simple GP layer. And I'm gonna convert it into mesh. Convert to mesh. So I like to have it. Now it's become quite dense again. Maybe Let's see. So this is our curve. Maybe I should kind of convert it into a vector or polygon. Set spline type to polygon, and now convert to mesh, and now check. Okay, now it's much less dense, and if you really want to make it smoother, we can use the Blender modifier smooth and just repeat it a couple of times so we have like a smooth path for our jigsaw puzzle. Yeah, I guess that's pretty good. Okay, like that. Save. I'm gonna save to a new file. Now switch to Sverchok. Let's hide the grease pencil again. Select our template. So inside Sverchok, we can create. Whoops! It just crashed. It's okay. I always save before I perform any kind of operations. Maybe I have Safari open or something. That's alright. It's always remember to save whenever you are using Sverchok or animation nodes. Okay, we are back, and okay, that's what we got. Switch to Sverchok, save, and let's create a plane and use viewer draw, vertices, polygon. Let's check. Okay, our plane looks like that when we create it, and if we scale the plane, it's kind of like it's growing from on a corner like that. You can use something called vector drop. Vector drop, I'm not sure how to explain it, but it's kind of like resetting the matrix for each face. It can be handy if you have lots of face and then you separate all the faces, and then you want to center each face and just drop it. So yeah, let's make it just 12 by 8. That looks pretty good. So we can delete this plane. Now we have our frame recreated using Sverchok. Now let's bring in our path using objects in. Just get the selection, and let's see, intersect. Let's use a mesh join. So we're gonna combine the path and the frame. In order to do mesh join properly, we need to use list join. This is one of the things you will get used to it. Basically, in Sverchok, you have vertices, edges, and polygon, kind of like always like a separate data. And every now and then you wanna join them together, but you have to pass the data. Kind of, if you want to join them, let's see, I have vertices and obviously vertices and edges data. I want to combine it together. So vertices and edges and edges. So I'm combining this guy, plug in vertices and polygon edge. You see there are two data goes in. I think we want to merge it into one. So that's what I gonna do. Just change the join level list into 2. After a while, this become kind of easier. Let's see, did I do it properly? Vertices and vertices goes in, edge and edge goes in there. Did I delete the matrix? No. Seems like I lost the plane. Let's check again one more time. So I have the plane and I have the edge data from this guy and this guy. Well, let's just keep them separate like that. Join level list 1 and try baking it. Okay, now seems to be correct. So apparently we don't need to change the join level list. Leave it at 1. The mesh join will handle it. Okay, that's good. Continue on. We're gonna do a series of operations for this. The next logical thing is just to use intersect edges. Let's hope that this works. Okay, that's this node just happily takes those two paths together and then kind of slicing and tessellate this square into organic pieces. If I bake it, now you can see, if I zoom in, all these points has been kind of intersect, but they are all separate, so I need to combine them together, and we're gonna use remove double. So this is quite handy. All these nodes work together. I guess this is one of the a good example how you can use Sverchok just to do series of operation. I think that should be good. If we bake this again, I want to show it to you. So each operation is really what you could have done using edit mode in Blender. And the next thing I will do is to fill hole. And in Blender you can fill hole, and just filling the hole just like that. Sometimes it's not working like perfectly, like this guy is not properly filled. We will see. We might need to increase the distance a little bit. 0.02. There is double here. Don't worry about that. Maybe I need to get rid of stray vertices at some point. Let's do that actually. Remove or delete loose. Delete loose node will get rid of any points that we don't need, and then we can now do the fill holes. So a lot of Blender operations, it's become nodes inside Sverchok, so it's super handy. So maybe I should delete loose somewhere here before intersect edges. At the moment looks like we lost our thingy. Edges, polygon, remove doubles, polygon, fill holes. Yeah, apparently there's a few things that are not working properly. Let's see. Maybe in the viewer draw I have to turn on ongoing tessellation. So that's kind of solving most of the problem. There's this guy that's not quite properly connected. Not sure why, but since this is a procedural, we can always go back and kind of nudge our design a little bit. Maybe and so that's almost working. Actually, I kind of like the one earlier. That's almost working. We just need to perhaps increase the tessellation side. The fill hole still doesn't work for this guy, but we're almost done with it pretty much. If I bake it, you see here, maybe we have to do it manually, or okay, this guy is not properly merged. Maybe increase this a little bit more. Or this decrease it. Let's save this real quick. Maybe we can move our organic shapes a little bit, or maybe I delete straight for the system somewhere here. So delete loose. So intersect edges. Plug that in there. Plug this in there. So no, still not happy. Let's move our organic shapes a little bit more. Let's use matrix apply. And this vector math. Just add that vector in. So this is gonna be our vertices. And now we can kind of move the organic shapes until Sverchok is happy with it. So just now it's almost kind of working. There we go. So that seems to be working perfectly. Yeah, except for this guy right here. Maybe I will slide it up. There you go. I think that's pretty good. Let's save this. And the next thing we can do is to separate all the faces if we want. Okay, let me reduce that. So because maybe we don't need some of this face. The next operations we can do is Polygon Boom. I'll save this real quick. Polygon Boom. Plug that in. Plugs the polygon in. Vertices and polygon. Now what happens is we have all the faces got separated. If I bake it and have a look, we can delete the parts that we don't need. Sometimes we have faces that still not quite perfectly intersected, but that's alright. Maybe we can do it differently, or we can do like a kind of cleanup, manual cleanup. But the idea is pretty much there. Maybe I should increase the tessellation more, increase the dins, or reduce it. Sometimes I think we just need to nudge this guy a little bit. Maybe the plane is not on the ground. I think they're on the ground. How about now? Maybe it's okay now. If we want, we can also solidify. And plug in there. So we know there are like 28 faces there. 28 different parts. We can solidify inside Sverchok and see if this is working for us. Sometimes the face got flipped, but that's alright. Let's bake it and let's see our result. This is not bad. This is actually not bad for something that might take us a little bit more time to do. Let's see how many operations we have. This is kind of like the whole combinations of nodes. So we have matrix apply, vector in, adds, plane goes in, and then there's a vector drop on the plane. I have a feeling that I should do a vector drop on the path actually. Let's do that actually. So we have matrix in. Add this guy. Plug in there. So vector drops. And seems like something happens with our jigsaw puzzle. Let's see if I can just nudge it slightly and just to get that perfect result for the puzzle. Let's try 1.3, 1.6, no, 1.7. Still not happy with the intersections. Very interesting. Let's try 7 there. 8, 10, 6, 5. I'm just trying all the different combinations. Hopefully I get one good result. The Solidify might be a little bit heavy, so I can have cut this first over here. And then duplicate this there. Okay, and let's adjust this a little bit further. Okay, so just now I saw there you go, that's a good number, 1.4 and 0.7. That might be a good shape we can work with. Looks like there's probably like few faces got flipped. Anyhow, vertices, polygon edges goes in. Yep. So how many operations we have? We really list join, mesh join 1, intersect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's only like 6 nodes. And we have something like this. It's a pretty good result. If I bake it, we can delete this guy. We can see the result of this, and we can probably center, set origin to geometry, and can align it, align objects. In the z-axis, unknown location. Local variable. Let's turn on ambient occlusion. So you shouldn't be there, you should go in. It should go in. We don't need that guy, that guy. Should go in. Don't need you, don't need. Okay, that's a glitch there. Yeah, so that's almost perfect jigsaw puzzle, but it's really up to our doodles here. So the grease pencil doodle is really up to you. We can change the doodle at any time. Remember, this is like this is all procedural. So if I save this, and let's get back to the top view, let's do another doodle. Okay. Okay, grease pencil, let's do your magic once more. So let's do it like this. Turn on grease pencil and start doodling again. Something like that. Slightly simpler this time. Okay, maybe hide you. Okay, there is a funny thing going on, but that's okay. Maybe leave it like that, and then just convert grease pencil into Bezier curve, and now edit strokes, hide the grease pencil, edit strokes, and simplify. Switch to edit mode. Whoops. Am I in edit mode? Okay. Switch to edit mode and then simplify curve. Okay, something like that, and then turn this into polygon. Switch to object mode, convert this into mesh once again. So this is a simplified version of our curve. So that should be good, hopefully. View, top view. We can always make adjustment here. Let's smooth this guy a couple of times. Apply, and then go to edit mode, and then see this guy here. We can use our proportional editing and it's kind of scaling it. So a little bit adjustment. Okay. Happy with that. Apply location, rotation, scale. And let's back to Sverchok and just reload our thingy and turn on the result. Hopefully we get what we want. Switch to top view again. And yeah, I believe we got the result. And just bake it. Let's have a look. This time's actually almost perfect. Maybe there's a few glitch over there. This little guy. There you go. So it's pretty easy. It's quite fun as well. And you can give a random color now if you want. Maybe select all this guy and link the material. Control L. Link the material, and we can now randomize it. Randomize the color. Just like that. If I have 3D print, I would really definitely print out lots of this. There you go. It's done. So procedural, it's a procedural jigsaw puzzle created using Sverchok and grease pencil. It's almost procedural, really. Once you have this setup right here, you can do pretty much anything. You can design organic shapes really quickly and turn it into like a finished product in one go, you know. And I'm gonna show you one more thing. Apparently, with Sverchok, you can save your node tree. So you can always save it as Blender file, but there's this SV import and export. You can import and export. You can export it to GIS if you have GitHub. Gonna save the code. Let's say if I export it, save it to desktop. SV test Jigsaw SV node 3 export operator export. I believe that's gonna create like a JSON kind of file. User SV test jigsaw blend.json. So it's a JSON file. If I open it using things like, if I open it here from, let's see if I can go to text editor and open go to desktop. Sometimes doesn't let me see the text, so I will just gonna use Sublime text. I'm gonna open a new Blender file, hide everything, open compositing, turn on Sverchok. See, this is a Sublime text. I'm gonna open our JSON file. So go to desktop. So SV test jigsaw blend JSON. This is not a blend file. This is a JSON file. So it looks like this. This is actually all the nodes that we created in Sverchok, and it knows where to connect into. So if everything works as planned, if I do an import here, new importing operation will take you get here, go to desktop, get our JSON. See, we have our setup. Everything is good. Everything is almost ready to go, except for, say there's an error here, it doesn't have our object. That's okay. If we go to top view and then do a quick crisp pencil kind of doodle and then convert it into Bezier curve, hide crisp pencil, whoops, convert crisp pencil, Bezier curve. It's probably here, okay. And hide our grease pencil. So we have our curve, which is quite heavy. I'm going to simplify the curve and increase that a little bit. I just simplified it a lot. Turn it into poly. Back to object mode. Convert this into mesh. Okay, if everything works, I just get that guy, and let's hopefully everything works. There we go. I have to update it. Yeah, so that's how we do it using Sverchok. There you go. Our jigsaw puzzle. Everything's done, ready to print, bake it, and there you go. We get our design ready. There you go. So now you know a little bit more trick. I wish that animation nodes also have this import export. It's really handy. Sverchok also have this update all, update node 3, and check for new version. So it's quite robust how it works inside Blender. It's almost like a new, kind of like another program inside Blender. It's quite powerful for modeling. Maybe it doesn't have like a complete nodes yet, but there's a lot of magic trick you can do using Sverchok. So yeah, hopefully you like this video and find it useful. You can leave comments, ask me questions if you have questions, and like the video, and just subscribe to the channel if you like this channel. Hopefully I can make more video like this. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks a lot for tuning in.